In this section, we focus on licensing and intellectual property requirements as part of Domain 1, Security and Risk Management. We'll explore the fundamentals of licensing types and the basics of intellectual property, IP. By grasping these concepts, you'll gain a better understanding of how to manage compliance and protect digital assets within your organization. Properly handling licensing and IP is essential for reducing risks related to legal and financial liabilities. In this section, we'll focus on the foundational concepts of licensing and intellectual property, IP. Knowing the different types of licenses and the basics of IP is integral for compliance and risk management. This understanding helps protect your organization's digital assets and content from unauthorized use or infringement. Firstly, we will cover the various licensing types that you may encounter. This includes proprietary licenses that come with specific restrictions and open-source licenses that provide access to the source code. Secondly, we'll delve into the basics of intellectual property, ensuring that you understand its role in safeguarding innovations, products, and content. Recognizing the importance of licensing and IP management can significantly contribute to securing your organizational assets and maintaining compliance with laws and regulations. Now, let's proceed to the next section, where we will examine the specific types of software licensing in more detail. In this section, we'll explore the different types of software licensing. Understanding these types is fundamental for compliance and risk management in any organization. First, we have proprietary licenses, which are closed source. This means the source code is not available to the public, and there are restrictions on how the software can be used, modified, or distributed. Examples include most commercial software, like Microsoft Office. Next is open source licensing. Here, the source code is publicly available, and users can modify and distribute it within the bounds of the license. A well-known example of this type is the GNU General Public License, GPL, which allows for free use and distribution but requires derived works to be open source under the same terms. We also have Freeware and Shareware. Freeware is entirely free to use without any cost, but it may come with certain usage restrictions. Shareware is more like a trial version of the software, which is eventually expected to be purchased after evaluation. Understanding these distinctions is vital for ensuring you comply with licensing agreements and adequately protect your digital assets and content. On this slide, we are focusing on practical examples for verifying software licenses on various operating systems. For Linux users, there's a straightforward way to check the license of an installed package. You can use the command apt-cache show package name grep license, which will display the license information of the specific package you query. This is particularly useful for ensuring compliance with open-source licenses or understanding the restrictions of proprietary software. In a Windows environment, you can display licensing information using PowerShell. The command get wmyObject query select to from Software Licensing Service provides details about the software licenses on the system. This command queries the Software Licensing Service, giving you a comprehensive overview of active licenses. These commands are fundamental tools for maintaining proper software compliance and managing your licenses effectively. Now, let's focus on understanding intellectual property, or IP, which encompasses several key concepts: copyright, trademarks, patents, and trade secrets. Firstly, copyright protects original works, such as software code and documentation, ensuring that creators can control how their creations are used and distributed. Trademarks are symbols, names, or slogans used to identify and distinguish products or services in the marketplace. Patents grant inventors exclusive rights to their inventions, preventing others from making, using, or selling the invention without permission. Finally, trade secrets include business practices or information that companies keep confidential to maintain a competitive edge. Understanding these elements is essential for navigating legal aspects of software and technology development. So on this slide, we're discussing copyright. Copyright grants protection for original works, ensuring the creators have exclusive rights. This includes items such as software code and related documentation. To follow best practices, always properly attribute the creator and license the work appropriately. Creative Commons is a great example of a licensing option that allows sharing while respecting the original creator's rights. By understanding and applying these best practices, we can respect and legally utilize intellectual property. Trademarks and patents serve different but important roles in intellectual property protection. First, let's talk about trademarks. Trademarks include brand names, logos, and services that help consumers identify the source of a product or service. Trademarks are enforced to prevent consumer confusion, ensuring that a brand's reputation and identity are protected from misuse or imitation. Next, we have patents. Patents protect inventions and processes, granting the inventor exclusive rights to their innovation for a specific time, typically 20 years. This exclusivity incentivizes innovation by allowing inventors to potentially profit from their creations during this period. Both trademarks and patents play a significant role in fostering innovation and ensuring that creators and businesses can maintain their competitive edge. Trade secrets differ from trademarks and patents in that they are not publicly disclosed. Instead, they represent proprietary information a company wishes to keep confidential. This includes unique processes, formulas, or methods that, if kept secret, can provide a competitive advantage. To safeguard trade secrets, businesses often use non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, which legally bind employees and partners not to reveal sensitive information. Additionally, robust company policies are essential in managing and protecting these secrets. A classic example of a trade secret is the Coca-Cola formula, which has been closely guarded for over a century to maintain its unique market edge. These practices ensure that trade secrets remain protected from competitors, thereby preserving the company's competitive and innovative edge. Let's discuss real-world scenarios involving intellectual property infringement, particularly unauthorized use of software. When a company uses software without proper authorization, it can face severe legal consequences, including fines and litigation. To mitigate these risks, it's best practice to conduct regular audits to ensure compliance with IP laws. Additionally, educating employees about intellectual property laws plays a significant role in preventing unintentional violations. By implementing these measures, companies can better protect themselves against potential IP infringements. In managing intellectual property within your organization, utilizing the right tools is essential. Here, we have two recommended tools: Black Duck software and Fossology. Black Duck software is particularly effective for identification and management of open-source licenses. It offers capabilities such as the hub detect.tools extraction command to help automate and streamline the auditing process of your software assets. On the other hand, Fossology is an open-source compliance tool that allows you to analyze and manage license compliance. You can use a command like Fossology create agent CPE only file for efficient analysis and documentation of your software's licensing requirements. These tools not only help in maintaining compliance, but also in protecting your organization against possible legal issues related to IP infringement. In this slide, we're focusing on protecting digital assets. We have 3 key strategies outlined to help you safeguard your intellectual property effectively. Firstly, employing digital rights management, DRM, is essential. DRM technology controls how users can interact with digital content, preventing unauthorized sharing and usage. Secondly, implementing robust access controls ensures that only authorized individuals can access specific information. By defining and enforcing access policies, you protect sensitive data from leaks and breaches. Lastly, it's important to regularly review and update your licenses. As your organization evolves and new regulations come into play, maintaining current and compliant licenses helps avoid legal complications and ensures smooth operations. These strategies collectively play a vital role in maintaining the integrity and security of your digital assets. In this final segment, we'll wrap up our discussion on the importance of licensing and intellectual property (IP) in maintaining compliance. We've covered various key licenses and IP protections essential for safeguarding your digital assets effectively. To summarize, it's vital to understand the different types of licenses and IP protections available. Staying informed about regulatory updates in IP law is essential to ensure ongoing compliance. In closing, always enforce best practices to manage and protect your licensing and IP. This not only safeguards your assets, but also ensures that your organization remains compliant with current laws and regulations. Here are some recommended resources you can explore for a deeper understanding of licensing and intellectual property. For further reading, Intellectual Property Law for Engineers and Scientists by Howard B. Rockman is a comprehensive guide. Online, you can visit Creative Commons and GNU.org for valuable information. Additionally, tools like Black Duck Software and Fossology can help manage and analyze licensing compliance. These resources will aid you in staying informed and enforcing best practices in your projects.